Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kelly, and I guess I'm filming a video today. Really, I just wanted to show you these hot air balloons floating by in the background, which I get to see quite often where I live. There's like a hot air balloon company in this area, and it's a tourist area. We're near Disney, so you see them a lot. Oh, he's already gone down. He's gone. I don't know what that one's doing. There were some other ones. I passed actually like 5 of them earlier. But I am over at McDonald's. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I'm delivering DoorDashes because I have a lot of debt and bills to pay. And I have to move next month, and my fiance is at home with COVID, which means one less paycheck to work with. So here I am doing whatever I can to make an extra dollar. And I guess you guys are gonna hang out with me today. So let's do this. DoorDash. There they go. There's 2 hot air balloons floating by. See you later, peoples. You can see the sunrise over there. That delivery's done. That guy was standing outside waiting for me, which I always find is odd when you don't tip. He didn't tip. If you guys don't tip your delivery driver, you're not good people. Just saying. Why would you stand outside to meet me face to face when you didn't even tip me? Like, I'd be embarrassed. I would be hiding inside. Just leave it at the door, but whatever. Bold. He's bold. Anyway, no tip on that order, but at least I was getting hourly pay, and that was like $10 or something, so wasn't a total waste. Add it to the pot. Off to the next one. Looks like the next restaurant we are going to is Wendy's. Everyone loves Wendy's, right? So let's do it. This is a fancy new Wendy's. You order up here at the kiosk. Oh, there it is, ready for me to go. Thank you. Gonna go take this Wendy's order to Jake Q. Oh, and for those of you who don't know and are curious about the pay structure for DoorDash, it's usually like a base rate plus tip, and the base rate for each order is usually like, I don't know, $2, $3, $4. It depends on the distance. It's pretty low. And then you get whatever they tip you. So if they don't tip, sorry, my keys are probably making a lot of noise. So if they don't tip, it's not very good. You're not gonna make much. Maybe $4 to $5 an order at the most. If they do tip, you can get upwards of like $8, $9, $10, $11 an order. Even more. I've done like $15 orders occasionally, but not very often. That's rare. But they have just started releasing a new program in different regions, and our region just got this, where you can do an hourly rate plus tips instead of the base rate. And that way you're kind of guaranteed you're getting paid for your time. Because if you get a $3 order, you go to the restaurant and you sit there for like 45 minutes and wait, and then you got to drive 5 miles away, you're going to waste like a whole hour on $3. You're going to lose money doing that. You're going to spend more in gas. Gas is like $3.50 a gallon. So it didn't make sense to do that. I would always decline those orders. My acceptance rate on DoorDash is really low because of that. It's like 20%. But now they've released this hourly rate option, and you get $12.75 an hour, which is not great, I know, but when you add tip, it does come out a little bit better. It's better than $2 for whatever. And so I'm on hourly rate, and I get a guaranteed $12.75 an hour plus any tips. But what they do, it seems like the algorithm is more likely to send you no tip orders when you're working on the hourly rate, because most of the time I get no tips on hourly. I think that's how they justify paying you the hourly rate versus the base rate plus tip. So anyway, that's how that works. All right, let's get Jake Q his Wendy's breakfast and see what's next. We've made it. Let's get this food into this guy. It's probably a leave it on the porch situation. The app will tell you leave at the door, and then you just leave it at the door. So that's what we're gonna do. They need to update their doormat. So I made $6.39 on that one because it was a short order. So it didn't take a long time, and he actually added a $2 tip. That was with the $2 tip. So on the hourly, I would have made like $4 or something, $4.39, and with his tip, I made $6.39. So it wasn't really bad. It took me like 20 minutes. All in all, I left the house at 7 o'clock to take that other McDonald's order, and then this order. I've just done the 2, and it is now 7:51. So I've worked just under an hour, and I've made $17 and probably spent like a gallon on gas. So yeah, it's not too bad. You guys, one of the other nice things about doing DoorDash is it gets you out around town. Sorry about the bad lighting, I'm at a stop sign. Anyway, it gets you out around town, and you get to see neighborhoods you never would have gone into otherwise. You get to find like other cool restaurants and parks and things in your community that you may not have gone by on your normal day-to-day activities. So I actually really like that. I've been delivery driving part-time on the side for like my whole life. I'm in my 40s now, and I've been doing this since I was a teenager. And that's one of the things I love about it, is that you get out and you see things, and also the views. Oh my goodness, the views are so gorgeous. If you are driving around sunset, which is dinner time, so I often am, I drive the dinner rush after work and stuff. So if you're out around sunset, gorgeous views sometimes. Depending on where you end up, you can stumble upon some absolutely beautiful sunsets and sunrises. Like I was out early this morning. It's just it's a great benefit of crappy part-time side gig. Okay, so my DoorDash shift just ended. It is 8:05 in the morning now. So I drove for just a little over an hour, maybe like 20 miles. So about a gallon of gas, because I drive an SUV. Which is like $3.50. My total cash out was $16.61. So I came out with a little over $13 for a little over an hour of my morning. It's not great, but it does add up, and you can make $50 to $100 pretty easily doing this. If you need some extra cash, it's a great way to generate a little bit like that. But the other thing about DoorDash is they do things by scheduling. So I'm not scheduled again until 11:30. Sometimes you can go on outside of your schedule, but it has to be busy. If it's busy, they'll let you log in. Otherwise, you can only go in when you're scheduled. And scheduling can be finicky. Sometimes there's nothing available. Sometimes there's a lot. It just depends. Right now I'm scheduled at 11:30, and so I have a few hours, and we're gonna go inside and make some breakfast. This little girl is begging for a treat. You want a treat, Bitsy? Here you go. We are home and going to make some breakfast. So I'm gonna set you guys up here, and I don't know if it's gonna stay or if you're gonna be able to see anything. Is that good? Can you guys see? Aren't I cute? Like, this is how I go out in the morning when I roll out of bed and do DoorDashes. I just throw on like a sweater and a tank top and a skirt. I have some bacon, a few eggs, 2. I'm actually only using 1 now. I'm gonna make a bacon and egg bagel. A lot of people do cheese too, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. I don't do cheese, so I know my kitchen's kind of a disaster zone right now, sorry. But got bagels here, so I'm gonna throw one of these in the oven. That's how I toast. We actually have a toaster oven, but I prefer to toast in the regular oven. I don't like our toaster oven. So what I do is I turn the oven on to 350 and I go ahead and I throw the bagel in while it's preheating. And then once the oven hits 350, at that time I switch it to broil. And I let it broil for like 30 seconds. And that gives it, like, it warms up and cooks the bagel as well as a light toasting on the top from the broil. And it's perfect. It comes out so perfect, you'll see. I do this all the time. That's how I make my bagels. We're gonna throw some bacon on the pan. Actually, usually I cook everything in cast iron. Like, that's my thing. I'm a cast iron cook. But because I've been using these pans so regularly, like, I don't want to like mess up my flow. So I'm just using like a typical frying pan. This one's for the egg. Turn that one on. That's in the pan there. Bitsy's over here begging for some bacon. And I'm just gonna let that heat up and cook. Now for my egg, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I like my egg fried hard. So I use a little bit of butter, just like a small piece off the end, and I put that in the pan. Now, I don't know why I'm showing you guys how to cook an egg. I'm sure most of you know. But I let that melt, and I also add a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna put like a couple shakes pepper, just a tiny, salt, and a tiny bit of pepper, like one little click. Doesn't need a lot because I'm only doing one egg. All right, so you can see the butter starting to sizzle. And that's about where I want it. I want it like on the verge of starting to brown a little bit. And then I just drop the egg right into the butter. So then I like to break the yolk and just scramble it about just like the tiniest little bit so that it's broken up really well, because I don't like the yolk all in one place. I'm weird like that. And that's pretty good. And then I just let it cook for a few minutes and harden up. And then when it's ready, I flip it and it'll be good to go. Bacon over here is cooking away. The bagel down here is cooking. The oven's still preheating. It's at 160 and it's got to get to 350. So, all right, so we're just gonna let that stuff cook for a minute. My egg's probably about ready to flip actually. So I'll just use a spatula and I'll do it here so you guys can see. You can see the egg. You can see it's like pretty much ready. All right, it's flipped. Now it's gonna cook on that side. All right, the egg is cooking. And like I said, I like it fried hard. So I'm gonna let it cook until it's completely solid. Okay, so I think my egg is ready. Let's flip it and see. Oh yeah, it's a little toasted and I actually like it that way. That's perfect for me. It's a gorgeous egg, fried egg. So our bacon is sizzling away. It's probably about time to flip it. So let's do that real quick. Y'all, this is looking so good. Make y'all want some bacon. And there we go, we've got my bacon and my egg. And guess we're at 350 here. So let's turn this off, switch it to broil, hit start. We've got like 30 seconds or so and my bagel is going to be toasted. Look at that. It's gonna be good. I do this every morning. I have a system. I think our bagel's probably ready. Oh yeah, that is a perfectly toasted bagel. Pull that out. Yeah, I just use my hands because I'm hardcore. All right, you guys, look at that. Look at that. That is a gorgeous breakfast by itself. Like, gorgeous. But we are gonna put a little butter on the bagel and then make a little sandwich out of it. Let that melt. It's too hot to touch. All right. So my bagels are buttered. I'm going to put the egg, and then I'm going to put the bacon, 3 strips one way, 3 strips the other way. You guys see that? And then I top it off. And then I take a paper towel and I wrap it around it and fold. And there's my sandwich. Some people add cheese, like I said. You can totally do that if you want. I just don't do cheese. I like the bacon, and egg is fine for me. So anyway, put my butter away again. Now normally I would have some juice, but I'm all out. Bummer. So I guess I'll just do a water. I have like a million frozen waters over here that have started to defrost. So it's like ice water. That's how I like it. And we'll go eat. If I make it stand, it won't stand. Stand up. Okay. Grab my sandwich. Yawn if I can do all of this. And my water. Let's go sit at the table. See me? Okay. Sorry for the snoring bear behind me. That's my fiance. He lives on the couch. So, yeah. Maybe I should go somewhere else. Let's do that. Let's move somewhere else. We are currently in my glam room and there's a mess behind me. Get all these Shein bags off the bed. If y'all watched my last video, with the Shein haul, that's from that. So I just threw all the bags on the bed, and then when I was done, I just walked out, and that was the end of the video. But I got a lot of great stuff on Shein, so go back and watch that video if you haven't. But now we are going to try this bacon and egg sandwich now that I am sitting somewhere quiet and we can enjoy it. It's good. Guys, it's so good. It's really good. But I knew it would be. So, bacon, egg, and cheese if you choose. Bagel. Complete. Delicious. I've got another hour or so before, I guess 2 hours before I can go online again. And I probably won't drag you guys around and make you watch me do DoorDashes all day. Unless you want to. If you guys want to, let me know in the comments. I can do a full day video of driving DoorDashes. I can do all weekend. If you really want to see Orlando, I can show you all the neighborhoods in Orlando, or at least south of Disney, because that's where I live. I live in the Disney area. But I don't actually go to Disney for deliveries. I stay in the local residential communities and vacation home communities. That's where you'll find me. So I'm happy to do another video of DoorDashing. If you guys are curious about it or how it works, or if you have questions, let me know. I'll do another one. If you want to know how to see me cook more food, I'll do more of those. Tell me in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. So thanks for watching and hanging out with me this morning and making breakfast and running DoorDashes and all of the things, looking at hot air balloons float by in the sky. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.